Right. Hello, everyone. Noita. Not really sure what else to say about it. Hello, Zeal. Hello. It's not my name, but, hello. Yes, we are back, with a different game. I'm assuming a lot of people know how to play Noita, but, just to give the basic run over again, this is our wand, we build spells, it is very cool, and, I will probably die. Very horribly. Uh, most of my runs die at Hisi base, which is the reason why Hisi base is in the thumbnail. Oh, thank you, Salt. Pin that message out. Brilliant. And yeah, here we are. Hopefully I will get a cool build put together, but the likelihood of that happening without my very untimely demise is minuscule. Frankly. Considering I've had like one successful run before. I don't even think it was on this save, so I can't like show, hey, I've done that before. Honestly, the thing that gets me is always, I have a good run, which means I don't want to go to the end. And because I don't want to go to the end of the game, it just doesn't get logged. Those guys. I forgot they exploded. Somehow I forgot they exploded. That's not a good start. But, you know, it's fine. We are covered in slime. That is why we are moving so slow. Right. Let's keep going. I could wash myself off, but I honestly don't want to waste that. Are there worms? Yes, there are lots of worms. Ideally, we don't see any, but there are quite a few worms. A lot of us want Noita. I am currently a Project Moon channel. In all fairness. That is understandable that not many people are here for this. Oh. Not a lot of overlap. I can't imagine. Not a lot of overlap. But still, it should make for a fun stream. So, Noita, how much do you know? I know a decent amount. I mean, I'm not the best. But still, play Ruiner. No. How about no? Anyways, I really like this game. I do really like this game. It's good fun, even though I am not too good at it, to be honest. Let me wait for that guy there. I know the basics of how not to die horribly. Play Lobcorp. Also no. Today is a non-Project Moon day. Also because it's really mentally hard to get back into Egoless. Like, once I'm streaming Egoless, it's fine, but like just the mental of I'm going to have to sit down for a few hours and play without ego gear. Idea of the eyes. I'm not sure. I haven't been keeping up with latest developments enough to really have an idea of what I think's going on, and I think it's definitely not in-game, because if it was in-game it would have been data mined already. Is there any reason to... There's no reason to go there. Trying to get I've got almost as a random. Yeah, they're all random. That's the idea. Play Lobcorp, but you can't see. No. No, I don't think I will. So to explain why this is fine, by the way, chat, it's because I've got... Because I already had a stain on, the fire doesn't actually burn me. The stain then all burnt off, and I burnt. But, you know, until then I was fine. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm just exploring the whole of this first level, because I want to try and find some more health. How about this? Is this any good? Decent, but I don't think these deal very much damage. Enough. This is... It's a longer range wand than we had before. In all fairness. A longer range wand. You know, I don't expect this stream to do very well, considering, you know, I'm a challenge run YouTuber. And, like, Ruiner isn't the closest to Noita. Isn't the closest to Noita. Hey, Hoops, how it's going? It's going good. It is going good. I've had a good day today. Mostly just, I mean, a lot of doing nothing. Oh, that's good. Because this allows us to drill through terrain. A lot of doing nothing. But I am thinking of making a nice... So, it's the, it's a dish called a poke bowl, which is basically like you get like a rice, veg, some meat. It's quite nice. It's quite nice. I've been having leftovers for the past like 3 nights, so it'll be nice to have something new. Not that I mind having the same thing over and over again, but like also it's nice to eat new things every once in a while. But yeah, otherwise I had to tackle the wonderful British weather today, and the train system. Thankfully, the trains are on time today, so I didn't have to like worry about not only it being stupidly rainy, but also the trains not actually working. More people are watching than the GTFO stream. That's true. I think Noita is a more popular game than GTFO. Let's bomb through here. But yeah, I mean, I'm curious. Like, I'm assuming the people watching are either watching because they like watching me ramble about things, which in that case, very cool, nice to have you here, or you just really like Noita. I'm curious to see what's the more prominent here. I'm assuming probably more just like to watch me, but you know, I'm not sure. Don't want to presume. Why bomb when you have a digging bolt? I forgot. Is the simple answer. Both is fair. All the above, just chilling? Yeah, fair. I didn't consider both, but both does make sense. Let's not actually deal with that. You like me more, but Noita is good? Okay, nice. Oh, as soon as I ask the question of why people are watching, the viewership counter goes down. That's brilliant. Brilliant. I really do wish it was easier to understand why YouTube does things, or what people would be interested in, or, you know, stuff like that. Because, I mean, obviously, you've all heard that the dream by now is to not be a Project Moon YouTuber. Like, I do enjoy being a Project Moon YouTuber. I enjoy the community. I think you guys are pretty cool. Well, a lot of you guys are... I need to be looking at my screen. I think a lot of you guys are pretty cool. I don't like some of the community. Like, not my community. You guys are all pretty cool. But, like, the community in general, Project Moon Community Hub, is not exactly the best place for anyone's sanity. Make a new YouTube account where you stream stuff like this? I don't really want to do that. Uh-oh, please leave me alone. Just the money I'm trying to drill to disappeared anyway. What am I doing? Anyway, yeah, because it would be nice to know what YouTube prioritizes things on. That would be nice. It would also be nice to be able to get an idea of what people want to actually see that isn't Project Moon related. So... Project Moon only has so much content unless you can stream dumb MD challenges like, oh, let me not go into new areas while reading chat. Unless you can stream dumb challenges like Kamui, it's only a matter of time. Yeah. I mean, not to mention, I just don't like Limbus Company, really. Like, if you're a Project Moon YouTuber who enjoys Limbus Company, that's great. You've got, like, content for an age. I do not. And also, I have delusions of grandeur. Grandeur? Is it delusions of grandeur, or is it just... Yeah, delusions of grandeur. That mean I want to be a little bit more. Because this is a nice start. But I do actually want to be... maybe not. Maybe... no, I do want to be popular. I think everybody wants to be popular. Why would you get into doing YouTube videos if you didn't want to be popular is a question I have. Because, like, I love the reception of the videos. I mean, that's, like, the thing that keeps me going is seeing how people react to the videos. I love getting positive comments about things. Oh, let's not actually. Hold on, if we can drill through there, we can drown him. But yeah, I do eventually want to be, even just because it would be nice to be able to do. But... okay. Hold on, can I... if I drill through here... just to explain, because he takes a bunch of damage from water so we can kill him quickly. Great, there we are. Go to say Limbus MD stream and stream Noita. That would be brilliant. Okay. Yeah, hotkey green mouse for the water bubbles recommend to help you a lot at least. I mean, I could just set up like input. Configure controls and then go what it would be slot 5, is it? I mean, I could just... Yeah, okay, that works. Yeah. It is, I would like to move out of the, community. Just because, yeah, I mean, I've said it before, but, like, this is a perfect time to ramble about it. Let's not melee the melee guy. I've said it before, I don't like the direction Project Moon is going in. I don't think it is a good direction. I think it's worrying. I think it's worrying, and I want to get out before things inevitably go wrong. Is the sort of view I have. But the problem is, like, I started with Project Moon, because Project Moon, like, Library of Ruina is one of, if not my favorite games of all time. And then I really like LobCorp, and Limbus is just, like, a decent game to get started. It's got, like, a cult fan base, sort of stuff like that. But the problem is, because the fan base is so ridiculously spread out, it's impossible to really find a game to move to. Do I want this? It's a shuffle. I don't want that. You can keep that. Well, yeah, so the problem is... Actually, let me just put this down here. The problem is finding a game that appeases enough people that YouTube will not just think it's dead on arrival. Black Souls. I'm not playing Black Souls. That's... No. No, I will not be doing that. Fear and Hunger is on the list. I'm considering Fear and Hunger, but not Black Souls. Let's grab these. Keep the polymorphine. You can do a funny thing within the mountain. With the wands, yes. No, that would be pheromone. What can you do with polymorphine in the mountain? I guess it's digging if I run out of all digging. I'll leave it there. The main reason is actually one of the tablet. But if I replace... Which do I care less about? I don't know how to tablet stuff, so Levitadium is probably the better one. I will put this here. I can come back for that later. Totally be an archive streamer full-time. I think I would give up on streaming entirely. I mean, yeah, I probably should focus on doing Babel more, because that's the idea I have for the next video. I want to do a full review of Babel. Just because I think it's interesting enough of a mod that I will have things to talk about, but different enough from my philosophy of what a Ruiner mod should be that I can have interesting discourse on it. That's why I want to do that. And I mean, it's also the fact that, like, it's going to take a billion years to do Egoless, so, like, I can't have that be the next video. Let's just let him blow himself up. Play pass through polymorphs, you can leave without breaking it. Oh, okay. Forgot about that. Tell if you have 10 hours or 1,000, you watch a lot of Noita. I've watched a lot of Noita content before, which is the reason why I have knowledge of what I'm doing, but not actually the skill to pull it off. I forgot, yeah, is this... That's actual just normal poly, not chaotic. Definitely not going to find the ability to dig from one of those. Yeah, it's the same with... I've never played The Binding of Isaac. That's one I actually do want to play on the channel at some point. But I've watched... recently, I've gone down a bit of a rabbit hole about Binding of Isaac content. So I know a lot about it now, despite the fact that I've never played it. Anyway, let's go pick up this tablet here. Entangled World. Mod, no. I have not. I've not tried a lot of mods for Noita, actually. Actually, no, I haven't tried. The one mod I've tried is just the Spell Lab mod, because I wanted to know how to actually make wands. Let's just detonate that. There we are. That was nearly very problematic. Basically, the multiplayer? Interesting. Yeah, I am thinking Funga next. The problem is, it's twofold, really. One is, I don't know how to get people interested in a stream, like a lot of people interested in a stream, where I'm not doing something insane, and I'm not really sure how to make a video on that. I think that the thing is, really, and I've talked about this before, but I just need a game to blow up. Why am I getting messaged? Hold on. Yeah, I just need a game to blow up. That's what I need. That's what I need. Because the problem is, so thank you. Thank you for the donation. Oh. I will put that down there. Why am I recording? I'm not planning on turning this into a video. This is just my own amusement. Hightail maybe? I'm not sure that's when you pivot your content to. Yeah, it's... The problem is, if I go to Hightail, I'm just gonna get stuck in another niche, is the issue. I think, really, at the end of the day, I'm going to end up in indie horror. One way or another. That's the route I'm going to end up in. Because I want... My absolute idol, obviously, is Astrospiff. Astrospiff is just the pinnacle of... My end goal, other than, like, turning this into a job, hopefully sometime, maybe in the future, would be to get a collab with Astrospiff. That's, like, the pinnacle of goals for me. So I probably will end up with it. I mean, ever since I've been a kid, I've been interested in stuff. Like, I've been interested in FNAF since... I think everybody really was probably interested in FNAF to some point. Like, to some degree. Just sort of comes with being on the internet. That is dangerous. Oh, God. I'm gonna take that rather than this, because I can do funny stuff with this if I get something to put it away from me. Garden of Ban streamer, God no. This is really interesting because he can probably do whatever and people watch him. Yeah, and his rise is really interesting to look at because he started with, like, I actually was watching him before he got popular because I used to watch his, I watched his Little Nightmares stuff. I watched his, I actually really liked his Sea of Thieves. His Sea of Thieves content was amazing. Well, he did, like, a video on it. He did, Iron Man trying to get to, like, legend status, or I can't remember what it was called. But that was really interesting to me. And then he just sort of hit, I think it was Poppy Playtime first he hit. He did, obviously, Blindfolded. And then he covered speedrunning stuff, he just did a lot of stuff, and then Security Breach hit, which is like the luckiest hit of 2 indie horror games back-to-back that has just not been seen after that. He covered that too, and just, yeah, we're not going in there. And that was that. Do you stream on Twitch? I have a Twitch account, but I don't currently go to the effort of multi-streaming, because, honestly, Twitch streams get like 3 viewers to YouTube's 20. It's just keeping up with it. It's not... The juice isn't worth the squeeze, is a way to put it, I'd say. Am I getting a bit too greedy? We've been on 20 HP for a while. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, what I was looking for was any sort of health, but somehow we've not found anything. Electrical, what's it? Even there is there to stream? Yeah, I don't know. It would have to be a challenge. And, like, is there a lot of overlap between Project Moon and Ultrakill? This is the major thing, because to, like, talk about YouTube stuff. YouTube, first of all, when you make a video, looks at everyone who's watched you before and goes, okay, do they want to watch the video? And, like, normally, if it's a Project Moon video, people go, yeah, I want to watch that. So then YouTube goes, oh, okay, that must be, like, a good video then. I'm going to take this, even though I could leave it to get greedy, but I'm not going to play that greedily. And then YouTube goes, okay, well, people wanted to watch that, so we're going to, like, recommend that more. That's clearly a good video. But the problem is if you do something off-niche... I'm going to quickly throw this over to that side. If you do something off-niche, YouTube just sort of looks at it like... So it goes, okay, well, you know, we're going to recommend it to your fans, because your fans will probably want to watch what you put out. And then your fans don't... Well, my fans, I should say. I don't know why I'm talking... It's like a teleport wand. Oh, okay. People watch me are like, oh, this isn't Project Moon. I watch you for Project Moon challenges. I'm going to put this on... this is good. I could do... would that be better? No. No, let's take that off. Then YouTube looks at it, nobody's watching it, they're like, okay, well, evidently it's a bad video then, or else your fans would watch it. I'm tempted to take this to do a funny... I'm gonna do this purely because it's a humorous idea to me. I'm gonna do this. Now, that is dangerous. If I ever fire this thing in a close area, I'm dead. Whoa, whoa, no, 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 never mind. We're not doing that. Why does that... Why does that not just place down? Huh? Sorry, no, 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 what do you mean? What do you mean? What on earth have I done there? It targeted the fish and you were in the way. Ah. Oh, so that's why it's... Okay, so it's like this when it's got no target. Okay, I think this is good. And then if we switch this out for this... There's our drilling wand. This is a dead one. I'm going to take this off this, and I'm just going to chuck this over here. Do we want it? That is not very good. We don't want it on this. Just to explain why we don't want this. This has shuffle. Now, the only thing keeping me alive at the moment is that I cast this, right? This goes first, holding this, and then it will activate away from me. If this was this, and I use this, there's a chance it might fire like this, which does that. That's bad for my health. So we're not going to be messing with that. It's got a decent charge speed, but frankly, it's slower than this wand. Yeah, no, I think it is just better to stick with that. Yeah, we got a teleport one, we got that. Do we want extra health? It's, I'm gonna be greedy. I'm gonna be greedy. Thank you, game. Okay, this is like one of the best perks in the game, because that just means ones like this one now no longer have the downside they had. This is basically just a direct upgrade. The only thing I would like more than that is a thing called Tinker with Wands Everywhere. Or, like, there's a few vampirism perks I'd take. Because Tinker with Wands Everywhere... So, to explain something, let me just quickly... why did I throw the wand away? I want the wand. Tinker with Wands Everywhere basically means that you can edit your wands outside of the Holy Mountain. I'm going to put this here for safekeeping. That's a really slow recharge. Is that... Hold on, is it a slow recharge compared to this one? Hold on. No, it's a faster recharge. I'm only used to firing it one at a time. If I had a... Is it better to just do something like this? Or counter... No, this isn't a chainsaw. What am I doing? That's it. Streamer luck. My luck is perfectly normal. Do I want this over anything? This is better. Let's keep this as my teleport wand. This is my drilling wand. And yeah, I think that's what I want. Yeah, okay. This is teleport. So if I went through there, that would cave in. Which is the reason why I'm not going to do that. Oh! Cheers! Thank you, game! That's, right. I deserve that, actually. No, you're right. I deserve digging. That's, definitely something I deserve. Cool. Thank you. Thank you. I will be taking that. Shit, I collapsed it. Great, cool. Well, I messed up that, which means we don't actually get the full benefit from that, but, like, okay. So, yeah, to explain why I want Tinker with Wands Everywhere, I can't actually change these wands. If I had Tinker with Wands Everywhere, I would be in the money. Do we want... Now we need to actually make choices. This is a decent wand. Do I need the Digging Bolt? The Digging Bolt is really good on this stage, specifically. Because it means you can do stuff like this, and you can get the gold out of the walls. And it also allows you to do stuff like this through soft fabrics? Soft materials. That's... better? Yeah, no, this is just a better teleport wand. Because small teleport bolt is, as far as I can remember, better. Because it just... This goes a little bit too far, unless I have, like, a time decrease. This is the least likely place to generate black holes? Incredible. Okay. I'm not sure if this is too good of a wand. If I had, like, a drilling bolt instead, I'd be quite happy with it. But, like, is there any reason to go to one mart? We could go to one mart. No, well, the Walmart's over there. I mean, the budget Walmart. Costco Walmart. Let me through. Come on, let me through. Because being immersive sim, you like Project Zomboid and Adventure Story. Honestly, Project Zomboid would be cool. To explain one of the games that, like the game that was voted against today, it was Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, which is basically the inspiration for Project Zomboid. It's quite cool. I mean, if this run dies horribly, which it might do, probably will do, considering I'm currently going to the most dangerous space on the floor, I could show CDA, because I really like CDA. It's quite a cool game. Let's hold that for me. Hold that for me. Come on. Cheers. Yun is the final boss of Yun's office? No, how could you do this to me? Is that... This wand is not as good as I thought it would be. Would be better with a drill or a plasma thing. DDA is very fun how it reads like shit to new viewers. Yeah. Oh, no. Sorry. Yeah, my mistake. I looked away from the screen. Could you die for... Oh, no. Okay, that's like the oh, God. I take it back. I was about to say that's the least bad of them. I mean, if I was actually in the area, probably one of the worst. But, yeah, what I was going to say is, I think CDDA is one that makes for a really good storytelling thing. Like, I love Worm Girls. Worm Girls CDDA series are brilliant. Because she tells an amazing story with them. I tried to do a CDDA video. Don't watch it. It's awful. But I don't think I quite told a story well with it. Just because I tried making it quickly. I tried basically playing it off the cuff, which is not good. Could I have a single heart from those chests, please? Just like anything, actually. Just any health whatsoever. Compete with the second worst debuff in the games, that doesn't say much. True. I love blindness. Blindness is... Let's not fire plasma bolts at the repel projectile guy. That seems like a bad idea for my health. Hold on to this for me. Cheers, thank you. Great. Yeah. I tried playing it off the cuff. I don't think... Unless you like CDDA and you're good at it, it is not the kind of game that can just be watched and enjoyed. Yeah. Oh, could you... No! Oh, God, that was a... What? I have a teleport wand. What am I doing? What am I doing? I just need to, like, I'm not used to having a teleport wand this early. I need to just get back into the muscle memory of, I have a teleport wand. Run away as soon as I see something that can kill me. Okay. Debuff doesn't use wands. Silenced. Silenced is what you're thinking of there. Do I want to go in here? On one hand, we could get a nice main wand. On the other hand, look at how stacked we are already. I would sacrifice Drilling Bolt if I saw something with Chainsaw. That's the honest truth of the matter for me. Knowing what the gazillion UI things mean is a real skill you learn pretty much exclusively while playing, so unfortunately half the information doesn't exist to unfamiliar viewer. Yeah. I could play it later just to show people, because, yeah, no, it is quite bad. I just want to check. Yeah, no, we don't want to mess around with these. Could you back off? Back away. This hurts. This stuff hurts. Actually, I mean, if there are enemies nearby, it's decent, because it's just like a homing. If they're nearby me, though, that's a good chance of me getting killed. Go for it and fungal shift water. No. We are not fungal shifting water. I have plans to... Look at the start we've got. You really want me to fungal shift water? Ooh. Just immediately fungal shifts, what? Flammable gas to acid. Just suddenly the run ends. Right. Okay, the teleport one makes me feel safer, because if I see just anything I don't like, I can leave. That's my mentality. That's my mentality. I don't like... no, you're fine. It was just the... I thought he was a robot for a second, and I don't like the robots. Unless I had freeze on me or something. No, actually, let's leave. The fact that I don't have a fast wand, other than like this, just fills me with dread whenever those things approach me. Could you leave? Could you, like, leave me alone, though? Could you, like, no, like, actually, just leave. Let's go up here, chat. We have... Whoa. Huh? What did you do to my black hole? Okay, let's leave. Finish the game in the next 5 minutes? No, not in the slightest. I'm not going to go in Walmart. Budget Walmart. I don't think my life is worth that little. 1-1. 1-1. Let's go. It's a spread that's making them slow. Huh. Well then. Lucky I still have Drill Bolt. Otherwise we would not be going anywhere. Robots are very resistant to freeze. Are they? Huh. What's this game about? This game... So you know how I say Ruiner is a race to become god and the game has a head start? We're not messing around with you. This is like that, but the game didn't just give itself like a minor head start in like a friendly race. This is a game where the game got halfway through the half marathon before telling you there was even a race to be had. That's what we're dealing with here. Both of them teleported away. Okay, cheers. Leave me alone. That's one way to leave me alone. These things are dangerous. Watch what happens. That was a small one. The larger ones... Oops, robot. Thankfully, I don't move much. Great. This is a very bad idea. I shouldn't be here. I should not be here. However, would I be me if I didn't gamble? No. The answer is no. You're not really playing a rogue... Okay, this is a question I was having in the Discord earlier. Is Noita a roguelike or roguelite? Because the reason I have some hesitation of calling it a roguelike is because it does have unlockables. That's like the one thing that stops me calling it a roguelike. Roguelite, you unlock spells? Yeah, but it's very few. It's not like a heavy roguelite. Okay, back off. I really wish you didn't exist. Could you stop existing? Cheers. We're gonna throw some water into that. So, to explain, what's happening here, due to alchemy, toxic waste, when you mix it with water, turns into more water, which is basically a way of, neutralizing, the toxic waste. Those things are bad. They are very bad for my health. They can one-shot people. Let's check this wand and leave. Okay. Cheers. Thank you, game. Thank you, game. I'm out. I'm out. Cheers. Cool. Bye. Always gamble. Always gamble. Okay. Let's go through here. Yep. That. Yep. Uh-huh. Cheers. Could you bugger off? Sorry, I need to wait for my one to recharge. Sorry, hold on. Okay, yeah, fine. Cool. Ooh. No. Great, okay, this is amazing. Just to explain, Drill Bolt is very fun. It does cool stuff. For example, a lot of damage. This is what I was asking for here, by the way, because this just instantly makes my wand far more fun for me. It also far less deadly. Could I get a better... Oh, my camera. Hold on. Let me go down. We can go down here for today. That way you can actually see the abominations I'm cooking up. So yeah, here's the... Let me move chat too. You guys can move over. You guys can sit over here just for today. You can't see the traits I've got, but I can just tell you. Could I get a 1 with good recharge? Mana recharge, please? Good mana recharge? Good mana recharge? No, no good mana recharge. Which is a Right. Thank you, game! Just what I wanted. Is that the right way around, or do I want it more like this? I think it's this. Because the chainsaw... or is it? No, it's distinctly not that, because... or is it? Hold on, I need to remember the way to set this up, because there's a way... what would it be? There's a way you can have chainsaw just remove all the delay. There we are. I think that's right, judging by the fact that my wand really doesn't like what I'm doing. Do you want to kill the god with a statue? I do. Yes, I do. This is right, I think. I wish we had another... is there any of the other trigger things? Not egg. Would this be better? Okay, let's quickly take the black holes off of this one, because I don't actually really like this one. This is my main one now. Now, okay. The question is... I'm taking that. We've got enough money, because now I can do, this. I don't... do I even need the chainsaw? Is this, like, good enough as is? Let's throw these to the side, and I kind of want to keep the drill bolts somewhere safe. So let's put them up here. Do I even need the chainsaw? Yes. Do I want the chainsaw here? Or do I want the chainsaw here? I mean, it no longer has the... okay, no, this is what I want. And then if I had more mana, I could just do... this. If I remove the luminous bolt... is it as strong? No, it is the luminous bolt doing that. However... no, okay, hold on. I could do this. Let's go, so... we can test things on the statue over here to check damage. Yeah, and this way I don't have to mess with drill. If somebody gets close to me, they're dead. They're dead. That's their end. Great. Cool, I'm happy with that. It's got decent range on it. This I like. I kind of want to have... I mean, I need something with 180 mana drain. Do I have any... is there anything wand here I can use as my... yeah, let's take this and then immediately chuck that away, because that's asking for me to get killed. Put those on. And yeah, okay, I think that's that. Brilliant. Cool. Heavy spread and chainsaw for even faster one, but you don't have the mana for it? Yeah. If I quickly pick it with me, just because I may as well. Like, what I would love now is some sort of mana, because then if I could do, like... I mean, the heavy spread, I don't know if it's necessary at the moment. Yeah, no. I use up all the mana on my wand far too quickly, but let's just do this. So, to explain what I'm doing here, I should probably explain my builds. So, basically, we start off with this thing, which is a decent spell. It's a split bolt with timer. You're placing it wrong? Okay, sorry. But yeah, so this is a split bolt with timer. And what I'm doing is I'm putting the chainsaw in it. Now, the chainsaw immediately reduces the recharge speed of the wand, which is cool. It's doing that because of wrapping. I know I'm getting onto wrapping. Now, but to explain why this is really good, it removes all cast delay on this. Or I think it removes... or does it remove all recharge time? I'm not sure what it does. The chainsaw does something funny, which means it gets faster. Now, double spell here normally casts like 2 spells, right? So if I was to put it on like this wand here, and I was to cast, just for demonstration's sake, you can see both of them fire off at the same time, right? Now, the question is, what happens if it doesn't have a spell to draw from? You might think, oh, it just, won't do anything. However, it goes to here, goes, okay, we need one more thing. And then draws back from here and takes the teleport. So, by putting it here, we do that. Hold on, is it supposed to be like this? No, nullifies recharge time with the last spell. So I think this is what we're doing. So yeah, basically, we have this, which is already quite good. And then by placing it on this, we cause the wand to go, okay, we cast this, we then check this, which doesn't have anything for us, so immediately cast this again without checking the recharge time. Which means we do this. Which is the reason why that's so nice. You're supposed to be my teleport wand. Enemy radar's decent. I'm gonna pick enemy radar just because it means we won't get, like, snuck up on. And then, where's the... I don't know where the hitbox is to cause that to collapse, but let's try not to hit it. As you can see, there are a lot of enemies on this floor. This place is pretty dangerous. However, we have a decent wand, so... Guys, that makes it so half of them don't cast chainsaw by applying chainsaw instead, so you can get rid of the wrapping. It should still be fast enough. I mean, okay, let's go put that on then. Go put this on. Okay. So you can, by applying... Oh wait, of course you can apply wrapping to the chainsaw, because then... Yeah, okay. Wow. Yeah, okay, cool. Even faster. Rip luminous drill. We have we have one luminous drill. The problem is we just... I don't want to put it on because there is a decent chance I kill myself with it. If I had a longer spell, I would use it, but I don't want to, like, you know, murder myself. This is decent enough. If we had a faster recharge time too, I might consider it, but, like, there's a lot of things that would need to change for me to do that. Is this really the best way for me to go? No, let's not. Let's not, actually. Excuse me, come through. Howard? No. Okay. I prefer to think of myself as somebody who doesn't want to die unnecessarily. He says using a very short-range build in a floor that is stupidly open. Yeah, this build may have some problems. I mean, I think I'm underestimating the range it has. Like I said, it does have decent range. It's just the shotgun blast is funnier. Yeah, no, it still has good range. Actually, you know, that's still pretty good range. If I can see it, I can kill it. The problem is if I can't see it. Let's go down here. Slash me in a chainsaw doesn't deal that much damage. Yeah, that's fair. You just... I mean, the sniper probably could have cleared them, but... How did I teleport into that bullet? You've got to be kidding me. Okay. I did that wrong. See, this is what I mean by, this area is pretty bad, when you have a short-range weapon. No, let's leave, actually. Let's just... Oh, no, okay. Right. Right. Is my fate going to be any better in Hisi base? No. Do I really have a choice? No. Let's teleport over here. There's the sniper. That goes through blocks. Let's just... Assassinated. Okay. These guys are terrifying because they have electricity. Electricity can stun you and also deal a ton of damage. Okay. Okay, we're fine. Drive-by, okay. What's the lore of Noita? You are the titular Noita, which is witch in Finnish, I think. And you want to get to the work. The work is, like, really far down at the bottom, and the idea is you want to get that and turn the world to gold. Somebody did play for the beaner, yeah. Somebody did play for the pay for the beaner. Let's just chuck all of this over here. Okay. Do I get greedy? Would I be me? I have 27 HP and we're probably going to die in Hisi base, so let's make the most of the run while we can. I don't want to go there, actually. Let's not. I don't want to go near the eye. See that is a sniper. Okay. This teleport bolt is really useful. You climb all the way back on the right to grab 2 easy health ups. I could do. I could also then go and try and fight the boss, but then that would probably also get me killed. Could you hold on to this for me? Thank you. Right, cool. I wish I had longer range spells. That's like the one thing. Does anyone turn the world to gold? Is it greed? We're an alchemist. Every alchemist wants to turn the world to gold. That is quite nice. I'm gonna go fix my wand with that. Just because it's a nice wand, it has better recharge. It doesn't have better recharge speed, but it's just I like it. It's a nice wand. It might be better for my black holes. I'm not using the black holes as much as I should be, but like I could. There are several that classifies. Yeah, there are a lot of ways to complete the work, but like the one as a new player, your objective to complete the work is getting to the bottom. Recharge is not the thing. It is mana recharge at this point, not recharge speed. That is the issue. Yep. Excuse me, coming through. I know that's water, but like I also want to go through here. Okay, let's quickly blow that up because that'll give me some place to breathe. Remember just a second ago where I said, man, it would be really nice to have something to make the range on my things better? We just found that. We just found that. It's going to make the mana drain abysmal, but it will actually mean I can, like, hit people from a decent range. Let's not drown. Streamer luck is actually real. Of course. Noita knows I'm showing it off to other people, so it's got to give me a good run. That's the deal, you see. Every time a streamer streams a game, the game's like... It's like, you know, you'd put on your Sunday best if you're going out somewhere nice, you put a nice suit and tie. It's like that with roguelites. Is the game easy to get into? Not at all! Not at all. Isn't it nice the game with some secret areas that are still not explained, like the cauldron? Yeah. There are secret areas, as of yet, unexplained. Because it's quite nice. It's got a lot of secrets. He sees a finished world. Yeah, I mean, it's a finished dev. So, like, I'm gonna head around. A lot of, well, everything, really, in the game is finish. Well, like, other than the, like, if I pick up items, you'll be able to see they are all in finish, really. That scares me. A wide open room where I can't see anything terrifies me. Okay. This... I'm gonna just blow... No. Please don't. Cheers. Okay. These things are terrifying because... I'll show you why they're terrifying, actually. There's a bit of mana charge speed. It's... not good. No. Yeah. Here's why these things are terrifying. They fly around really fast, by the way, if you hit them wrong. And then they do this. If you're in the middle of that, you're dead. Also... oh, that's cool. Yeah, no, that's not something I want to mess with. Yes, we weren't picking that up. Okay. That guy got destroyed, holy. I don't want to mess with them. I mean... oh, there's a worm! Hey, worm, could you kill that guy? Please? No. You're telling me I gotta do it myself? That nearly killed me. How do I even fire this thing? What? Like... do they not? Oh, they don't exist until they hit a surface, huh? That's interesting. I've never knew that. Okay. I forgot I deal damage that quickly when I'm close. If I knew where the worm was, chat, I would kill it, but I don't know where the worm is right now, and that is frightening. That's more frightening than seeing the worm, is not seeing the worm. It's like, you know, what's the worst thing to see in an apple? It's not a... what's the worst thing to see in an apple other than a... no. What's worse than seeing a worm in your apple? There we are. Screwed up the joke. Seeing half a worm in your apple. It's alright, sir. I'll leave. Actually, let me just head over this way. Let's just head over this way. Don't have to mess around with that. Okay. Yeah, you're my black holes. No, 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 I'm leaving. I'm out. I'm out. Goodbye. Goodbye, good sir. Goodbye. No. Messing with, heat-seeking missiles. Not high on my priority list. Not at all. Not one bit. Not one bit, actually. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. Yeah. Okay, we need to go through there. I was heading the wrong way. Where is it? Oh, it's here. I am blind. Can I stand on this? Yeah, I can. And then you hit pop it down there. Okay, so, what I wanted to grab was, I wanted to grab this, because then I put this on here and suddenly run out of mana. Where was the mana charge? Did I pick up the one that had better mana charge? I don't think I did. Great. Cool. Cheers. Thank you. Just what I wanted. So stupid. Okay, cool. Oh. It's in the water? Okay, I'll head over there then. Hold on. Hey, excuse me, coming through. I really wish I had... What am I doing? I was like, oh man, I really wish I had a better digging wand. You have black holes, you idiot. Does this have better... Does it have better charge speed? No, this has better charge. It's wrong water, I think. Yeah, so now when I see an enemy, I can just... Yeah, enemy in that direction? How about no? How about no, actually? I don't want an enemy in that direction. Why leave a 1 behind? You have 3. That's a fair point, but I'm gone now, so... Oh. I don't have enough to buy anything. Deadly Heal? What's Deadly Heal? I feel like I should know what that is. I'm gonna... Yeah, leave that alone. How have I not seen any of the statues? I'll take it for the double cast, but like... Let's just... Like... Anything vaguely in that direction? Yeah, don't be. Okay, I feel a lot safer. I feel a lot safer now. Reduce spread. Oh, true act. Can I fit? I can't fit reduce spread on this. That's annoying. I wish I could. Because reduce... Could you imagine reduce spread on this? We need to find a better wand. That's what's holding us back now. We need to find a better wand. If we could find a better wand... We're in the money. Oh, there's the one. As you can see, quite a bit of HP. Thankfully, I deal quite a bit of damage. Get back here, you idiot. Okay. Add more slots? Where was it then? Where was it? Okay, hold on. We need to find this one now, because that's like, that would set us up. What is this? Why can I... Not what I want. Not what I want, actually. Not what I want. We're leaving! We're leaving! We're leaving! We're leaving! We're leaving! Drink the blood so you get full vision? That would have been a good idea. Noita moment. That's not even a Noita moment. That was just me playing bad. I have a Noita moment. That's Noita. I'm gonna play some CDDA now. I understand, I promised Noita. But I kind of want to show off CDDA. Just because I think it's cool. Here we are. I remember why I didn't stream this. It's a nightmare for everything. Hold on. Because let me just duplicate this. This is just going to be CDA. because I need to immediately make this larger because it's weird. And I'm going to move back over here because there's, like, no good place to be. There we are. Oh. There we are. The moment they had a run that could win and died in the ice caves? Yeah, that's a noisy moment. Right, yes. So, this is CDDA. It might be quite hard to look at what I'm doing, but just for now, let's just go custom character. I can explain what the things are. Right, yes, this is CDDA. Basically, CDDA is if somebody asked you the question of what world-ending scenario do you want to base your... I'm going to move over here whilst I'm in the character. What world-ending scenario do you want to make your survival game off of? CDDA is what you get when you answer yes. It looks like an ASCII game. It was based off an ASCII game, yeah. So, just to quickly make it, we're going to quickly just go... I like single pool. But yeah, so there's a bunch of scenarios. I don't have everything unlocked because I re-downloaded this at some point when my laptop exploded. So yeah, we're just going to pick just evacuee because that's like a nice way to start. I'm not going to pick anything special really here other than, I think the correct thing to pick here is like, from memory it's martial arts is a good one. And then traits-wise. Or is it? No, it's not. It's not martial arts. It's like... So yeah, this is something that... This is a roguelike. Remember, it's street fighting? Because that's like a decent way to get some stats. This is a game that you will die a lot. You will die very quickly. Over and over until you eventually learn how to play the game. A lot of this probably means nothing to you. I have played this game for a while, so it means stuff to me. So, to explain try and explain what I'm doing. So, starting off, you select how many points you have. I like single pool. I think single pool is a cool way to do it. These are the scenarios you have. There's a lot of fun ones. There's challenge. I like this one. Transcoast Logistics Concourse. I think this is a cool one. It's hard to survive, but yeah, that's quite nice. Seeing all the free pick traits that don't exist in CTLG is trippy. Yeah, CDDA is the easier game. But yeah, this is just Project Zomboid with extra steps. This is what inspired Project Zomboid. This is Project Zomboid before Project Zomboid existed. Otherwise, I'm going to take... I like fleet-footed is fine. So this will mean I move faster. Moving faster is good. And then for stats, I'm just going to put one in. I like intelligence. But yeah. So then... And then this is that. So then you get started. Project Zomboid is a modernized CDA, and is your opinion considerably worse at being an apocalypse simulator? Yeah, basically. So yes, this is the reason why I moved back over. Because... here's the part of the game where the menu appears. So, now's my time to explain what everything does. Get out of the way, NVIDIA. NVIDIA, I'm trying to explain the game. So, basically, here is our health values, so to speak. You've got the health of each individual limb. You've got the left arm, head, right arm, left leg, torso, right leg. If any of these hit 0, they get broken, they take an age. Basically, if one of these gets broken, you're dead. Don't let them get broken. Here's your stamina. Stamina is very important whenever you do anything strenuous. So, like, to explain, so there I use the... I wish I had a way to show what keys I'm pressing. So, I press the Shift 2 there, which is speech bar, which then allows me to change what style of movement I have. I need to turn numlock on, which then you'll see will mean I use up stamina. So, if I just quickly go for a jog... So you can see my stamina's low. If I want to get that back, I have to wait. So here I'm doing the line on this. Yeah, this game is free. You can look it up. It's Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. I can actually, I'll send the download for Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead and Cataclysm The Last Generation afterwards. But yeah, you can wait a while, which allows you to set how long you want to wait, and wait until you catch your breath. So, to explain how I'm moving using the numpad, which means I can move in all the directions. Now, the real meat and potatoes of this game, for me, is I'm just going to open these, even though we shouldn't, it's not a good idea to. The real meat and potatoes of this game, for me, is the crafting. Here is the crafting. Now, you might be looking at this and thinking, I don't have enough crafting recipes, to which I say, don't worry. There's more. There's a lot of food. You auto-learn more whenever your skills go up. I love the chemistry tree. I could talk about this thing for hours. Honestly, I kind of want to do a video essay on Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. Or just Cataclysm as a whole. I think it would be really interesting to talk about. Oh god, you have auto-learn like 10% of recipes. Yes, once again, easier game. But yeah, so the thing I like... So everything has like its own recipe. There's a lot of recipes. You can auto-learn them by getting certain skill levels. Or you have to find books to learn about them. And there's practice recipes. Yes, the free practices are here, for example, carving. This is quite nice. But yeah, so... What are you doing? Get out of here, Discord. These are all these are related to your skills. Now, there's different skills. Melee is obviously melee. The entire point of melee is it's the ways you're going to go kill zombies. Those are all the ways you're going to go kill zombies. Right? Then you've got ranged. Ranged is basically... Ranged is what most late game builds will become. It's sort of... I've played melee before. A good melee character is... oh, hold on, I'm blocking the screen again. Okay, hold on, let me just... I'm going to put myself here, and chat, you guys can sit in the middle whilst I explain things. These are the skills. So you've got melee, stuff like that. Then range skills. Range skills are obviously ranged. Hold on, let me why am I not on the game? Yeah, ranged, stuff like that. Each one of these is tied to that, to like a specific thing. So handguns are handguns, submachine guns. That everything you see here is a different type of ranged weapon. Yeah, and then there's crafting skills. I really like the crafting skills in this game. The crafting skills, for me, are what separates this. The crafting skills are... This is the only game where I have genuinely been excited to learn how to craft new things. I have gone... So, other survival games, the gameplay loop is sort of getting resources to survive, to get better at killing things, to get more resources to survive, to get better at killing things. CDDA is a game of... You get better at killing things to get resources to craft more, so you can spend more time crafting and less time worrying about the horrors. For me. Which is the reason why I love the Secret Government lab start, because the entire point of it is, effectively, you get a safe haven. If you can survive the start, you get a complete safe haven. So yeah, but the thing I really like about all the crafting skills is, all the crafting skills actually have their own style to them. Survival is all very rudimentary stuff. It's all about finding what you can out in the world and turning it down. Like, grinding it down into edible stuff or fire starters, stuff like that. Food handling is obviously food. A lot of it focuses on just finding seasonings out in the world. This is food handling. So survival and food handling are really the very exploration-focused ones, I would say, as in, like, to homes. Fabrication is the generalist skill. The generalist skill of, effectively, everything uses it, kind of. It's the main thing you're going to use. It doesn't have a distinct style. It's the tofu of crafting skills, if I had to describe it. How well balanced would you say the game is? Very. Very well balanced, I would say. There's no specific playstyle I would say that trumps all others other than being cautious. Being cautious is very strong. But yeah, back to the things. Electronics. Electronics is cool because electronics is all about scavenging. Whereas these are more about exploration for various things that are already there and then using them for stuff. Electronics is a thing of going out to old world sites, tearing down buildings, tearing down robots, tearing down other stuff to get better at them putting them back up how you want to. Which is quite interesting. applied science is the favorite skill I have in any video game ever. Because the thing about applied science is, I really wish I could turn on God mode or something just to show every recipe possible. Because you start out like this, there's not very much you can do, right? But as you get better at science, and as you get better, you find better books, you actually learn a lot of different recipes to make things. So, for example, ammonium nitrate, I think it's lye, specifically. Lye has, at first, one very expensive recipe to make it. It's lye powder. Lye powder you need to find from Old World Rex. You find them in, like, subway stations, I believe is a place you find lye. It's hard to find. But then you eventually discover a recipe of how to, well, first of all, I believe you discover a way to turn potassium lye into lye, or you figure out how to turn lye into lye powder. So you can, grind it down, you can backcraft it, and then you figure out how to turn ash into lye, and eventually you figure out more and more ways to craft it, which is really nice because lye gets used in a lot of stuff. Or, for example, an example I really like is, I believe it's hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is one of those that, when you have a very rudimentary applied science level, you can only really figure out how to craft using the blood. You have to collect blood from like, acidic zombies, I think, are the ones. If you want formic acid, it's ants. There's different bloods you can refine into that. But then when you get better, you figure out how to use a catalyst to make it. And then there's this whole crafting tree where, depending on what you have more of, or depending on what you can get more easily, for example, you can turn table salt into I can't remember what you can turn into, but there's like quite a few crafting trees where, yeah, you can actually get from more basic ingredients to your more complex ingredients, and depending on what you have, you can find this sort of, like chemical engineering, you can find the most efficient route. I really like applied chemistry, applied sciences, because you can also then get into mutagenics, which allows you to get into the whole mutation system of the game. Electronics and medical is more linked to the bionics side. I really like bionics too, but applied science is my favorite. I wish I had an endgame character on my computer at the moment to show you all the chemistry recipes you get into. But yeah, this is the stat I like most. How do I? Yeah, okay. So anyway, after that, then you have tailoring. Tailoring is more about, it's more about repairing and making clothes fit you. Compared to the differences between the main trio, in my mind, other than, like, okay, devices and mechanics get their own little bit for me to talk about, but we'll get back to them later. The main trio in the crafting skill section are applied sciences, electronics, and fabrication. Fabrication is a generalist sort of thing. Electronics is more about scavenging. Applied science is more about finding the most optimal ways to do it and opening up yourself to figuring out the science of it, really. But yeah, then you've got mechanics and devices. Mechanics is more into the car system of the game, and devices is more about traps and the like. They're quite cool. Mechanics is a thing of its own. It's interesting. I don't know how to build a car in this game. Hold on, let me, I'm gonna quickly run outside so I can try and find you guys a car. I believe it's X to look, yeah. Because then I can look over everything. There we are, perfect, a car. Let's move this out of the way. So, just to say everything that's going on the right, by the way, you have a permanent log of everything that's going on. You can see everything around you. You've got date, time. Time is only specific because I have a phone on me. I just pressed I, by the way, to check my inventory. Inventories are fully checked. And I believe if I quickly go here, yeah, clothes are also fully rendered. You can the pockets, the specific pockets things go into, have things in them. So there is actually, if you like it, I really enjoy it. There is actually backpack optimization. You can genuinely spend time setting up, like, where your phone goes, where your knife goes, where your everything goes, so that when you actually need it in a fight, your knife is just, like, at your hip, rather than being halfway down your backpack, where you're not going to get to it. But yeah, let's head over to the cars so I can investigate for me. Whoa, okay, hold on, a shotgun. I wasn't expecting to find one of those. Okay. When unturned. I haven't heard of unturned, actually. Shotguns are quite cool. They're loud, obviously, but you don't normally find them. I'm going to pick that up. So, to explain, by the way, the system. Is that a gun? Why am I being blessed with guns this quickly? But yeah, so you can see the little warning mark. That's a mark that they're not going to get up. They're going to get up. They're going to revive into a zombie. So by clicking S, you get the ability to pulp them, which then causes it so they won't get back up. You have to do that to every zombie if you don't want them to get back up too. But yeah, just to explain, let me investigate the car. Here's the vehicle system. Hold on, let me go to the... This is the more intact car. So, this took me a while to figure out. Basically, every tile of the vehicle has things attached to it. Quarantine zone game that's been making social media rounds. Not recently, I'm not really on very many social medias. But yeah, so, to explain how this works, is there a cure for the zombies? No. I believe Cataclysm Bright Nights? It's funny, there's an unintended Project Moon. I just realized I'm in the way. Okay, you know what? At this point, I'm going to return to my normal position, and I'm just going to hide everyone. Just because, like... Yeah. This way I can actually talk about things. So, for lore reasons, there is no cure to the zombies, because everybody is already infected, kind of. Via presumably magic, it's the blob. It's the blob. I've paid a lot of attention to the lore of this game. But yeah, so, basically, you need... The basic ways cars works are, you have your engine, you put fuel in your engine, it then powers an alternator, the alternator then provides power to the battery, as well as then allowing you to, you know, use the wheels, which would be here. The wheels are specific, you need specific sizes. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. If I could get into this car just quickly, I can try and take control. No, it is so banged up. I don't believe I can take control. Yeah, no. Let's try and find. I'm gonna quickly drop the gun because we're not really here for combat. It's not just people. It's everything. Everything living zombifies. If I was to kill those things, they would zombify eventually. Because basically the idea of the zombie virus is... Oh, by the way, there's a safe mode on automatically, which means you can't move if you see a zombie. There's one over here. The basic idea of the virus is it's this thing called the blob. And what the blob did basically is it was from this government lab where they were messing around with, like, bionics and all sorts of... I'm still gesturing as if you guys can see me. Mutations, stuff like that, and they thought, oh, it's this inert thing that we can just put in everything, and because they thought, oh, it's inert, we won't have to care about safety protocols. They didn't put very many safety protocols in, they weren't very strict about how they were handling samples, which meant by the time they realized that it was spreading, it had already gotten out. And it spread through everyone and eventually caused the breakdown of society because it causes mass aggression in basically everyone. And then eventually, after they get aggressive, they end up dying and then regenerating as zombies. Because basically what the blob is it's like this thing that gets into the cells of everything. And it doesn't quite know how living things works. So it tries to just replicate and keep the body going as well as it can. Which is the reason why there's actually a way to... So, I didn't mention, by the way, the proficiency system. The proficiency system is additional skills. Basically, additional skills that you can train by doing things. So one of the things you can do to train it, as well as train a bit of healthcare, is dissecting people. So, and that gets you biological understandings of each individual type of organism you dissect. So dissecting zombies gets you basic principles of biology and basic principles of zombie biology. The bird would initially get you basic principles of biology and then get small animals. Children is small objects or child zombies. Stuff like that. Do I actually have... I need to check if I have a weapon. I have a pocket knife. That's probably better than nothing. But So yeah, do I have... I need to check if I have a... I just realized I just realized I accidentally clicked my hotkey for turning the stream off. Whoops. So yes, kind of like the Rage Virus, yes. So, basically what it does is it tries to mimic living things as best as it can. So if you cut people open, some of the inspect text actually shows, like, people who had tattoos, the pattern of the tattoos continues patterned inside of them, because the blob saw that pattern on the outside and thought, oh, that must be what it has on the inside too. So when it's replicating the inside, it continues that pattern through. Which is the reason, by the way we can heal so fast is because we're infected with the blob. Yeah, so the reason why it froze there is just because I accidentally clicked my my end stream. So what I'm doing here is I'm clicking tab to attack automatically at things nearby me. Because, yeah, if there's nothing nearby, it skips a turn. So melee fighting in the early game especially is very good, because the entire point of it is just... it's a cheap way to kill things. And then by doing this, we are training... I really wish Discord would stop doing that. We're training our melee. Our melee is quite high already because we picked up... where was it? These unarmed technique, because we picked up that starting trait. But if we didn't have that, this would be abysmal right now. So, what you have to do here, then you have to then pulp the corpse so it can't get back up again. And just to show you, what was take again? It was, it's not S, it's G? Yeah, G to pick up. You can see inside their stuff, so you can just steal their credit card, which is good because we are in crippling debt at the start of the game. I'm gonna not do that. I don't want... because the noise that makes from destroying that will draw more zombies nearby, and I would rather that not happen. So the ideal situation would be for one of these cars to work, because then I can show off the vehicle system. We'll see. Okay. There we are, and then we can pulp that. So, checking everyone is a good idea, just to see what they have. So, cars have certain types of loot in them. Screwdrivers, really useful. Adjustable wrenches, really useful. Stuff like that. It's the sort of stuff you want to loot. Let me just check if this car would work. Draining, car battery has stuff. Functional? I think it works. So, I believe this is where the vehicle controls are. Sorry, hold on. Controls. Controls are here. This should work? No, it would be here. And then I want to turn on the engine. Hey, does it not have a steering wheel? It might not have a steering wheel. Hold on, let's go check this other one. Programming tools early is huge. Honestly, a lot of cars have them. Like, here's more. They're quite common in CDA. I'm not sure if they're turned down in the last generation. Does this car work? So, what we're looking for is effectively, we're looking for the controls. If I find a bike or something, I'll be able to show you. But yeah, vehicles are very hard to control. Unless you're used to them, you are probably going to crash your first few. Just because, yeah, it takes a bit to get used to. I don't really want to go in there. There's feral. Feral's dangerous because they can throw things at you. Yeah, what I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to quickly save it quick. Because I don't care for this guy. I'm quickly just going to delete this world. Or, reset. What I want to show you is just to give you an idea of the combat of the game. A little bit with a character who can actually do combat and show you more advanced stuffs. Can I believe there's a way you can enable these? No. I was going to try and show this. Because this is a really cool one. But yeah, maybe for another time. If people want to see more Cataclysm Doctors ahead, I could do some actual stuff on it. Because I do want to make a video essay on it. I think it's a really cool game that needs to be talked about more, because it's... From memory, this is what inspired Project Zomboid. So is this, you can enable in the settings? Hold on. Meta progression true. So if I turn that to false, then I can custom character. And yeah. I like having them locked to unlock because it gives you a basic idea of... Huh? I forgot to apply it. I believe. No? Hmm. I have no idea what's going on there, but... Looks like you don't mind a video stream from? Yeah. I think it would probably best suit itself to... Best suit itself to a video essay. Honestly. Is that a debug option? No. Hold on. No, that was world gen. Of course it's world gen, so I need to create a new world. Yeah, I think it's the sort of thing that would suit itself to a video essay far more than other things. Also, yes, Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead is constantly being upgraded. Okay, here we are. I'm just going to quickly show off this, because this is a fun combat one that is very deadly and really takes a while to get used to. So here we are. We have a bunch of stuff with us. The first course of action is always pick up this, and then run like hell. Because there's going to be some rather awful, creepy, crawly things that want to kill us. Is this the best place to go? Yeah. This is to explain what this is. Oh, I'm a scientist. I didn't pick the one that gets a gun. Uh-oh. To explain what this place is, it's basically, this is one of the top secret government lab places. This is where they were doing all the experiments. Which means there's some really messed up stuff here. This is a good place to go if you have a gun. What happened to Noita? Our run died. I'm just going to quickly run up here just so I can show off. You can get some cool stuff from these. These are also really funny because you can cause them to walk off the edge. Or you can at least cause the zombies to walk off the edge. I'm not so sure about the ferals. Let's quickly just see if I can get a gun. I did not get a gun. Yeah, this is death. But yeah, I'm not playing this seriously, I just want to, like, show off stuff. I'm now going to show off, just quickly the, whatchamacallit? The mutations, because I want to show off them. This still isn't serious, but... I believe they are... here? I'm not sure where they are. Let's kill this guy just quickly, because he might have something. Where is it? I believe it's... not these guys? It might be through those doors. Which is a problem because I don't have any sort of weaponry on me. These are the nice place to hide when you're starting the scenario, because these windows are reinforced. Which means you're basically safe and can do things as you like. I've spent a lot of time on this scenario in particular, because it's one of my favorites. Normally I pick the start that lets you have a gun, as I currently do not have a gun or any way to fight. Which really makes fighting hard, unsurprisingly. I don't want to go through there again. Let's... If I had, like, a wrench or something, I could try beating that person to death. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I was, by no means moving this fast when I first played. It's just, I've played this a lot. A lot of this game. So I now really know how to do the controls, so I can loop them. And then, yeah, here are the... I think these are horrors. Yeah, there we are. This is what the government was working on. That's not even... That's like a normal one. They get worse. Camouflage mutants, also fairly normal. There are some real eldritch stuff. Real eldritch stuff here. just a normal zombie scientist. They tend to get killed very quickly. Seems natural this game's control system is everything but intuitive. Yeah. I'm playing this confidently with it because I've spent a lot of time at not being confident with it, and that has given me the ability to be confident with it. I still jump when I hear things because it's terrifying not being able to see what's going on. But yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff. This is a cool one. In the last 20 minutes, he's played about 20 different hotkeys. So yes, to explain what I'm doing, by the way, when I walk up to the doors, like when I walk through the doors, I'm pressing C to close things. Just because I don't like leaving anything open. This is to go downstairs. It's the arrow keys. Then X moves me about. That's why I'm doing things. Then I can move up to here. I'm just going to quickly run in here because I'm hoping I will find... Yeah, there we are. There they are. There are the horrors. Yeah, these things are the worst because they poison you. They have a ranged attack which poisons you. This thing is terrifying because it can do a lot of damage. So the big thing about the start is really you have a timer to clear out this zone down here before these guys get out. And then when these guys get out, you have to deal with them. The main way to do that, really, is the start has a gun. I don't have a gun. I don't know how you do the start without a gun, other than getting very lucky. But yeah, how do I clear... It would be worlds. I just want to delete these worlds, because they're not actually really worlds I care about. But yeah, thank you everyone for coming. I honestly do want to do a Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead video essay at some point, because I love this game. I love Cataclysm in general. I've only really played the last generation and this one. Oh, let me turn my... Hold on, let me... Remove CTDA and just head back to this. Let me move myself back to normal. I love this game. I think more people should know about this game. I feel like it's the kind of game that a lot of people would really enjoy if they could just, you know, hear more about it. But yeah, Coops, one question? Yeah, sure, go ahead. Guarantee 1v on the Cataclysm video essay. Very nice. Very nice. If I could talk about anything, it's... I'm assuming you know about the... Hold on, because I really like, by the way, just to bring up, it's the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Cataclysm. Let me quickly just quit out of the game, because it messes with aspect ratios of things. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Cataclysm is a very cool thing, because it allows you to see stuff. It's the office building that has all of the flesh creatures in it. I think it might be this one. This is Hidden Lab. I'm not sure what it might be Ruined. Is it not Office? Collapsed Tower. I think it's this one. Is it this one? Office Tower Collapsed. If it spawns in flesh, I will know it's the right one. Nanofabricator, is this it? This might be it. This is... I wish I had recorded footage of this, because I got a run where I found one of these. I think it might be Overgrown. Yeah, here we are. I wish I was recording at the time, because I obviously I was new to YouTube when I did it. But this is such a cool experience because you go down into like this. So out on the streets, there's all of these like flesh abominations of like twisted things. When you hit them, they blow up into clouds of toxic smoke. So you're already really used to like, okay, I'm gonna have to bring a gas mask, but stuff like that. So you actually get to the tower after you've fought it through all this, because it keeps pumping out these monsters. Obviously, you want to know what's going on there, and you descend into this place where it is filled with this toxic gas, so you can't see anything. Your visibility is limited to like right in front of you, and there's these fleshy walls all around you, and at any moment a zombie or a flesh creature, or just, like actually a moving wall sometimes, because there's living walls there, can just move out of the into your view and start attacking you, and you're gonna have to deal with it. And it's genuinely one of the best horror experiences I've had, because CDDA by itself is a very resource-heavy game. You're focused generally on prioritizing what you've got, all that sort of stuff. So you get used to the systems like checking your gas mask filters, checking your ammo, checking what's around you, getting used to that. But whilst you're down there in this place, you have a permanent timer going on of your gas mask filter. You have no idea where you are. You have no idea what enemies are around you. Ranged weapons are effectively useless. There are some pockets you can get out of and start breathing without having to use your filter, but they're few and far between and really aren't places you should be using to take a break, because if you take a break and one of the toxic gas creatures jumps you, you kill it, your room gets filled with toxic gas and you've no longer got a safe space. It is so cool. It is an experience I have not had in many other games, because yeah, you are so focused usually in CDA of doing that like constant balance of trying to use as little as you can, but the entire time you're down there, you will be limited to how long your gas mask lasts. And you have to get used to watching it tick down, and if you haven't packed enough, because really you don't pack that many, because very few areas in the game require you to pack that many gas masks. So you've just got this constant timer of trying to find a way out whilst exploring, because obviously there's got to be some good stuff here, which there is. It's the nanofabricator. But yeah, no, very cool. I can definitely recommend Cataclysm. It's a hard game to get into, but it's like, hold on, if I go Cataclysm days ahead, download, it's literally just this. This looks a little bit sketchy, but this is the real thing. This is the website. You then go to releases, let it stable release. I believe I'm playing on her, but experimental or different things. But yeah, you can just get this. Pretty cool. There is the latest experimental from GitHub. I wouldn't recommend getting them from GitHub because there's going to be massive bugs. When I was playing first, I only played from the GitHub. And it turns out, I found out after a sudden while when I was looking at videos that there was this bug I was experiencing that was breaking the entire way I was playing the game, so I moved back to the stable. Yeah, and then if you want to learn how to play the game, and just in general watch somebody do Cataclysm stuff, Wormgirl. Wormgirl is amazing. I mean, like, she's got some very good video essays, Fear and Hunger and the like. But then she's also got Last Generation. This is her own fork. Do you / would you make a CDA video? Yes. I will absolutely make a video essay on it, I reckon. Absolutely. But yeah, she has some very good tutorials. She has a very nice voice too. Hold on, just to play it. Hold on. I was expecting this to play quicker.
Here for you, but if you've heard of the game and wanted to give it a try, hopefully this video can demystify some of the most basic...
Lots of tutorials, obviously. And then she has an entire series here, which is great. This is honestly a lot of the way I learned how to play the game, was obviously playing the game.
Things had been going downhill for
but then watching this, because she talks about all the like settings she has, or the keybinds she uses. So if I get to the actual, because this first episode is really cool because it's all her doing combat and the like.
Double-out shot and slugs.
And this is really what it's like.
These are the three that you're going to see most.
To put it in a way, watching her Cataclysm videos is sort of like watching a foreign language whilst you're trying to learn it, for me. Because you can pick up on all the stuff she's doing, and then also, you know, get an idea of the keybind she's using, because I believe she talks about later. She also uses pictures to show what's going on, because otherwise it's not very picture focused. But yeah. There's one of the episodes later, she talks about inventory management and all the keybinds do with that. It's a lot of cool stuff. Don't know why you're playing music, you're done. But yeah. Definitely recommend Cataclysm as a whole. I will leave a link to this in the Discord. But yeah. That will be all for now. I definitely think I will make a Cataclysm video at some point in the future. It's so cool. It's such a good game. I love it. It's like... It is like crack to me. Honestly, it might be bad for my free time to go back to playing Cataclysm, because the only thing keeping me productive is the fact that I have not been playing Cataclysm. I have spent many nights forgetting what the time is. But yeah. With that said, good morning, good evening, and good night. Thank you all for dropping by this incredibly strange stream for not being Project Moon. But yeah, bye-bye.